welcome back to Under the Table. It is episode 53. And a little peek behind the production curtain here. This is the third episode that we're recording in one session. So I say that just to warn you that we could be a little punchy.
No, don't start with that energy. It's going to be great.
I don't necessarily mean like negatively punchy. I just mean like
strap in.
Lots of sauce.
Strap in, strap on.
Lots of sauce. I'm so proud of us.
We're continuing this sauce thing, which was not even on the show.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
That's why it's great.
You're like, if you want to know our jokes, you need to be hanging out with us when we I don't know what to tell you. That is your shortcoming, not ours.
No, it is fucking not. It is our shortcoming.
I don't know.
Keep making inside jokes on a fucking podcast. I don't appreciate the sauce that you're ladling right now. It's ridiculous, and it really is not even like that complex of a thing. We got in a joke argument about sauces because I watched a video about the 5 sauces a chef needs to know how to make, but it wasn't the mother sauces.
Not the mother sauces.
It was not a video about the mother sauces.
I.e., it was the wrong video, but I digress.
Right. Yeah.
See, y'all just like come at me. Unnecessarily sometimes. Well, I just don't get it.
It's third episode energy.
Yeah,
you're a bit.
I know. Shit.
Damn, y'all, we ain't even 2 minutes in. This is.
You know what? I'm gonna get it out of the way. Fuck you, John. Fuck you, Emily. Fuck you, Heath. Fuck you, Adam. I love y'all.
Heard. That was saucy as shit.
Saucy. Sauce.
In the last couple episodes, you guys have managed to potentially acquire 2 companions, pets, whatever you want to call them.
I mean, we might have set the groundwork for a third future companion in the squatter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your favorite pets. Who's your favorite pet? What's your favorite pet?
Like my favorite pet?
Yeah,
like
your favorite pet.
IRL?
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll make this
a weirdly
simple.
Phrased question.
What's your favorite pet?
First of all, are you a cat or a dog person or a both person?
Both.
Okay, great. Yeah. Everybody's both down the line?
Yeah, I'm both.
All right. So you're all cat people then. All right. So, well, I'm just saying, like, if you like cats, you're a cat person.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You can love dogs and still love cats, but like, you don't like cats.
You can't do the opposite.
Yeah. Well, cats are assholes. Like dogs are.
You have to like cats. You have to be a cat person to like deal with a cat.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm I used to be a dog person, but I think I'm more of a cat person now because every time I see a cat, something deep within me is like, come to me, be nice, adopt me, I'm like, and I meow at it and I get down and I try to make it come to me and like never, it's worked out once,
Well, it only takes once.
Gotta start carrying catnip in your pocket, dog. That's my secret.
That's why you get all the pussy.
All the pussy. I love you, Adam.
Yeah, okay. So back to my original question. Do you have a particular pet in your life that you like? I know we bond with all our pets. It's like asking your favorite children.
Right. You're I know. Asking us to say, I like this one more than that one. Yeah.
I'm not, let's not say you like this one more than the other one. What's your favorite one?
That's exactly what that means, Adam.
I will say this.
That's what the word favorite means.
The most personable of my pets is probably Pippin. Because he is essentially a dog trapped in a cat's body. So it's pretty nice.
Marcy was a cat trapped in a dog's body.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Dumb cat, but cat nonetheless.
Not the best cat, but certainly a cat.
Certainly interesting.
But made for a really great dog.
Yeah.
Like Mascarpone was a great dog. Mascarpone cheesecake. Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I always called her Marcy.
I love my Luna.
Yeah,
my Luna was that cat and I. We like saw each other's souls, man.
Which one do you like more than the other one?
I don't know.
See,
I think.
See what I mean?
I think I was sadder when Luna died, but that's also because it happened a little bit more suddenly.
Yeah.
You know, even
Less
though
time
she
to prepare.
well, like tried 0 time. I went in because she had a seizure and I left without her. So like, that's how quick that happened. I'm not trying to bum you guys out. I'm just saying that.
That's where
like,
this is going to go. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I want you to tell me some of your like happy stories about your pets. You know, like for instance, Marcy used to be able to run. You know, her last few years of her life, she was not able or chose not to run.
That part.
See how sad that doesn't make us?
Yeah. But when she ran, her ears, she was really low to the ground. And her ears would just like flop and like smack the ground as she ran. It's like flap, flap, flap. And it was just the cutest thing ever. It was the cutest thing ever.
I had a Labrador Retriever growing up named Tyson.
Tyson?
Tyson, yeah, named after
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Oh.
And
Say named after the chicken nuggets.
company. Yes, obviously. Love
after
it.
We
Mike
ground him
Tyson's.
up and made him into nuggets.
My God,
So now
no.
you're getting sad.
Oh, come on
You
now.
made it sad. You
That's
made
not
it
sad. That's aggressively dark.
Yeah.
That's very disturbing.
That's when
Makes me
we
sad.
used to get the paper, you know, the paper would come and he would sit there and wait for the paper to be delivered at the very end of the driveway. They would throw it out and he would go and get the
Dustin,
paper and put it.
I think you need to explain to our under 30 listeners what a paper is.
A paper. See
newspaper.
here, folks. A paper is all the daily news you need to know. Right there, delivered every day. It
That's
has
to
the
your
stocks.
doorstep.
It has the funny
Not your
papers. It
phone.
has the daily news.
All right, continue your pet story.
As old
Yes.
person comics.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like he wouldn't do it on his own. He would wait for us to come out. And we'd be like, go get the paper. And he'd jet off to the end of the driveway and get the paper and come back and just be all happy and joyful. It was wonderful.
I love it. Pippin does this fun thing where if you like do like a gun, like finger gun, that's the word, and you go, Pippin, pew, he'll go, pow, and like fall over, and then he immediately gets up and is like, okay, where's my treat, motherfucker?
Yeah. Like I did the thing.
I did the thing.
Paw out.
Yep.
Yep. John, did you have any pets growing up?
I had pets growing up. Probably it would have had one that sticks out the most is our golden retriever, which we named Shadow. Which, of course, if anybody has watched Homeward Bound,
Yeah.
right, you know. But yeah,
You had Shadow from Homeward Bound?
That's exactly who it was. That's
Whoa.
exactly who it was.
It's a good get.
That and all the
Fucking
stunt doubles
movie
too
star.
that looked like Shadow.
Wow.
No, but I mean, like any particular memory doesn't really stand out other than just like such a fucking tongue. It was all tongue, you know. So like, just would lick
that's why
anybody
he got
and
all the
everybody,
pussy.
you know. It was just one of the friendliest dogs I ever had. You know. After that, we ended up having a lot of dogs that were just anxious, nervous energy, you know. And it was all like little toy dogs after that.
Oh, well, also, those dogs were millennials, so that's why. You know, tracks.
Damn. Heath, you got a fun dog story? Fun cat story? Fun giraffe story?
Yeah, I mean, I got I guess
What about your alpaca?
Complicated. No alpacas. I've not graduated to that level. I mean, like when I was a kid, my dad had like Rottweilers, multiple Rottweilers named, the main one was Bear. So like I was always good with dogs, which is funny is me and my sister night and day. My sister was terrified because they are big, scary dogs, but they were like super friendly. They never hurt us or anybody. But I would like roll around on the ground at like 4 years old with a freaking Rottweiler, and my sister was like terrified and still hates dogs. But probably my favorite, like in adulthood, when I got my own pets, is pumpkin spice latte. Was my cat. There was an indoor-outdoor cat. Just really came as she pleased, you know. And which that's why I was like, oh, this is gonna get sad because like she got run over by a car and it broke my heart. I think I called Adam and called Zach within a span of like 10 minutes, just freaking out and not knowing what to do. Because I had her for 5 years, and she was like chill, but you know, independent as cats are, but like had a weird confidence to her that even more than like cats broadly speaking, like she was cool, she was super chill, but was a killer. You know what I'm saying? Like this was a cat that was like, I'm an outdoor cat as much as an indoor cat, and I am not to be fucked with. And like this is, I mean, to be a funny story, it's also like kind of a hardcore story. But like I remember I left for work one day. I was working at restaurants at the time, and I went outside, and on the stoop, pumpkin spice latte is sitting there like tensed, you know, and like looking straight up. And there was a tree in my driveway, and I was like, what are you doing? And I was immediately like, that's weird. And then I look up, and she had obviously gotten too close to a bird's nest, and there was these birds that were just swooping up and dive bombing like they will if you disturb their nest, which I learned a hard lesson with a BB gun when I was like 7. But they were like doing that thing. They'd like fly way up and then dive bomb right at Pumpkin's head to try to intimidate her and scare her off. And she was like not scared at all. And I was like in a hurry, had to go to work. And I was like, well, they're not going to hurt Pumpkin. She's the aggressor here, likely. I was like, all right, you're going to have to fend for yourself. And I went, worked a full shift. I got off at like 11:30, and I got home, and she had me some dead birds on my doorstep. When I got home, there was like 4 dead birds. She just sat there and just waited till they dive bombed her face, and then pounced and got those birds, and then brought them to me as a treat, I guess.
Okay,
they do that. I am trying to upload a video now to the Under the Table, like our personal thing, of Pippin murdering a mouse in my living room.
Oh, really?
Watch it if you are interested. There's that. Yeah, cats are beautiful, and we cuddle them and we snuggle them, and then they go and murder things.
But like my mentality on cats has always been like, we say we domesticated cats, but we didn't. Like, cats are just smart enough that they're like, I'll accept the fringe benefits of this relationship, and I will continue to be a wild fucking animal. Yeah. And that's what they really are. But also with Pumpkin, to make it more lighthearted, I just loved, and this is like not a specific instance, but she was a cat. So she was like, I'm off doing my own shit. But every evening she would like come back, and wherever she was, she would find me, and she would like, and she got pretty big, right? Like, she was not a small cat, but she would get like on my upper chest, like under, and I kept a big beard at the time, and she liked having my beard draped over her. So she'd be like up on my neck under my beard, and would just like, that's where she wanted to sleep for a couple hours. Now. Yes, I am part of your, I am become beard.
I am become beard.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of adding things to you or your party, we have to. Well, you got a cat, potentially a little robot. Let's get into it. Let's get back into it now. Couple things. Cat, you've convinced, but I need to know who's going to be the primary caretaker of this cat.
Me.
Okay. So I'm going to give
me and Jules. I'll split duties with Jules. I feel like
Jules isn't interested in the cat.
I am giving
you were until you saw a robot.
I'm giving Heath Parker.
Okay, I want it. I was just trying to be polite.
Of Masu, the cat.
Masu,
okay?
Yeah.
So Masu is now George's pet. Now we have Sweet Pup, and Sweet Pup. It's an interesting situation here. He is a sentient, soul-bound construct who is desperate to be reunited with his father, Casawana. Now, you guys may have opinions about Casawana and his relationship to Sweet Pup and how he treats him, and I am certain that Bruce, our resident champion of Bry, has some thoughts about the treatment of said construct too. So I'd like to open tonight's session with a little discussion about that and what you intend to do with Sweep Up going forward. Meanwhile, Masu will just be like rubbing up against George, like
and
right,
he's
right on
it.
your like,
he's like, okay, you're gonna deal with the robot, cool. Oh my goodness. Just like screeching,
Yeah, it like starts headbutting you a little bit.
I will butt the shit out of this cat.
So let me, John, do you mind taking the floor here to start us off? Because I am curious what a Briite Brigard might think about this situation.
A cheesehead. I think that's what they're called.
Cheesehead,
Yep.
right.
Technical term.
So I feel like Bruce has been in the back assembling all the data that's been, processing, right? And to hear that Alaman Kasawana occasionally forgets to wind Sweep Up, and has also made mention of just kind of like reducing him down to just being a robot. In other words, being emotionally abusive, according to the urchin. So his mood kind of darkened at that, but he's been around company and whatnot, and so like the best thing is that for that kind of situation, diplomacy always wins the day. So it's great to have a group of people that are able to utilize their own strengths, which he does not have. So having somebody to lean on the diplomacy has been a wonderful gift, on this. And he's also had time to reflect on the actions unbidden by the rest of his party, how quickly they responded to not only treating the robot as a real person with their own agency, their own cognitive capacities, and that is, in effect, just like Bruce remembers that. He will remember that, and I think that forges
unlocked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of it's a positive reinforcement for how he's seeing this group of people around him. That they may be rough, they may be a little crass, and their methods are a bit unorthodox, but he's no spring chicken either. He's somebody who understands that, that he has one life, but everybody else has different desires. Everybody else has different motivations. And not everybody can be squeaky clean, And it all falls down onto the line of justice, where you fall on that for him, and for his understanding of it, his interpretation of justice. Okay. All that to be said, I think he has been reflecting on what he would say to the Sweep Up bot upon descending the ladder to in effect, see what his agency says about it, what he wants to do. Does he want to stay here, potentially risk being, again, abused or even damaged by returning gilded gunners, or if he wants to accompany us? And so I think what Bruce is doing is he wants to approach the Sweep Up bot, and of course, I mean, by all means, anybody else is willing to come. I'm not trying to make this a main character moment, but I did want to at least convey that this is something important for Bruce. And so far, if you want me to set that scene, then Bruce would be approaching the Sweep Up bot, who is probably happier than ever being able to be back on legs and actually sweeping around and being useful again, right? So yeah, as he's approaching, he's just going to say, "Look at you, Zip! You feeling? You back to good health, huh?"
Yes, I am pleased to be able to perform my function.
Well, that's good, because everyone serves a function, and
Yes.
It's always good to have purpose. And you need to make sure you keep up with that key, right?
Yes.
Now,
I do not have any pockets. This could prove to be a difficulty for me.
Well, I think that with just a slight modification, you can possibly put like behind a hinge in one of your frame. So with just a small modification, you could probably create yourself a little pocket, whether that be in your arm, your leg. So just think about it, you know?
I have a 0 in crafting.
Well, it doesn't take anything to wind up a key. Here, let me show you something.
No, I know how to wind myself. I was speaking to your suggestion of adding a pocket to my leg. I would not know how to do such a thing.
Oh, well, luckily for you, we happen to have a few savvy crafters in our group.
Yes, you do. And he looks down at his legs. There is evidence attached to my waist right now.
Jules would overhear this because she's going to be kind of watching and like be like, oh, we can hold on just a second. And she would like grab some more pieces off and just kind of like do a little piece of metal and just rivet it on there real quick. Like, there you go. It's not the prettiest thing.
There you go.
It's tickly, yeah?
I think it is. I don't actually feel anything physical, but I wanted to seem more like you.
Oh man, we got pockets on pockets, and like she kind of pointed hers.
You have pockets attached to your leg? May I see?
Well, I mean, through the pants on the outside of the leg, and like this is like she's talking like an ant here, you know. Do you want some pants? We can get you some pants, sweetie.
I think I might like pants.
Jules is gonna start looking around. Is there anything like that we can?
There's tons of fabric. Yeah, you could
George, you're better at this part. Come here. Do you think this? And like this, she starts holding up fabric. Like maybe we can do a little cargo short, something like that.
Yeah, you want it to not get in the way. It shouldn't catch underneath. So I think a capri is the way to go.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
You hear a whistle coming from the loft above.
Oh,
What's that?
That's probably
Jimmy?
the urchin warning us about something.
The gunners are probably here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should probably speed this up.
Okay. Pants for later, and we shove fabric in there. Also, we have fancy clothes. We can make this work later.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we looks like we got a hustle now. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. So I don't think you should be staying around here, right? Because right now we're about to be accosted by some guilty gunners. So I think for the best interest for the both of us, we should probably go ahead and skedaddle. You want to come with us?
What if Father returns here? Should I not be here if he returns? I want to show him my new pants.
You can show him by coming with us because we have a higher chance of actually finding him rather than him coming back to a location where there was already violence and destruction of property. So
okay, I will go with you, but it must be in search of Father. I need to find Father.
That is our prime directive.
Yes.
absolutely, couldn't have said it better myself.
Those shiny humans are mean, and I do not want to be here when they come back.
Okay,
Right.
let's go. Come on, let's do this. Let's make some moves.
Yeah, they're probably
yes.
about to break in the door right now.
Like scoop them up, scoop up, sweep up,
Yeah.
and kitty cat.
Okay. Yeah, Kitty just like kind of hovers at the doorway as you're walking out. Kind of hangs back a little bit at the doorway.
Come on.
It like looks at you, like
Does the kitty cat want to get shot? If not, you should come with us.
It like starts licking its lips.
Do I have a snack? Like
Sure,
any
certain
kind of food. I got jerky or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
And it like you almost think it smiles a little bit, and then like comes and
Like you sucker.
Like grabs the little piece of jerky and like kind of zips into the shadows. But you could assume that it's going to be kind of following you, just doing its own thing. You know what I mean? But staying close. You know, every now and then as you're walking, you see it kind of like pop up and come and get underfoot for a second, and then get distracted and go chase a bird or something like that.
All right,
but like,
he'll follow. It knows I've got food. She'll follow. Let's go.
So where are you going?
Away.
Where to?
I mean, we need to. I mean, the primary thing is to get out of the building, because I mean, the whistle we're assuming means that the gunners are about to get here. I mean, there's not a door out other than the front door, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's rush out.
Well, okay, the door's to the back behind here. What are they?
What?
Whole bunch of doors.
Yeah, there's a whole
Look,
bunch of
y'all
doors.
can leave. I just want to know where you're going.
Oh, okay, gotcha. If that's the case, I mean, perhaps going to Church of Brig again?
I mean, do we need to do something at the Church of Brig?
That only to pass on information, but that's really something that's, not necessary at this moment. I'm just thinking of, potentially.
I say we take the day and prepare and then set off.
Set off to where?
To the cradle, of course.
Okay. I would advise that you have two different people that were hoping that you guys had some information to relay back. One at the Church of Rye, like John said, and then of course you also have Phoebe, who is the one who initially sent you to track down Sawana, right? Mm-hmm. So it might behoove you to relay that information back to your respective handlers, as it were, because like just going to the Cradle of Quartz is not like a thing that you can just say, I'm going to go walk across the spell-scarred desert. That's extremely dangerous.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Like you're going to have to figure out like a way to do that,
Okay,
and
cool.
you need resources to do that,
All right, then we can go to the Church of Brig first, report in, then we'll go back to Phoebe. Presumably, I mean, if we're going to have to figure out a plan of action, then we can go back, explain to Phoebe, and then I assume we'll have a little bit of time to kind of get shit together if we need to.
Yeah, so let's take you to the Church of Bree for the Temple of Bree first, and because that's kind of on the way back to the
Other than it's Brig or Bree almost all the time now,
and it's never Bry, which is what it should be. Okay, so like, yeah, that's on the way back to the Barrel and Bullet, and so so you can go back to the church, and I guess Bruce, you'll kind of lead this up. You step up the steps and go into the atrium, and call on the tertiary cog. Yeah, and she arrives and she says, "Yes, Bruce, what did you sort out or find out?"
Yes, tertiary cognitus. So, what we've been able to unveil upon visiting the Exile's premises is that we discovered several unsanctioned constructs. We also found potential interference from one, if not two parties. One definitely called the Gilded Gunners. And secondly, we also encountered something that I'm not entirely familiar with, but neither is the party. But it seems that it is something strange. And so he's going to describe to the tertiary cog the flaming eyelid with the tricone.
So it's not flaming. That was just the closest image I can get. It's just an eye with the tri pupil.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I'm going to describe that. and see if she has any information that she can glean from that. Any kind of guidance.
She says, I am sorry. It is not familiar to me. I have made a point to not indulge too much in the occult myself, but I don't even recognize that from my basic religious studies. Not sure what that is, but it is troubling. I think that is our duty to recover Alleman. And I think that the gears that have been set in motion put you as one that must find him. I think both your answers and ours will be found in this journey.
You really believe that?
I do, but I cannot make you do anything. It has to be something that you believe. But you were brought to us for a reason. And that reason that is in your heart right now, I think that it must be tied to all of this matter. I cannot say how or why, but I think you must find him.
Bob Briggs will. It'll be done.
Right then, well, I'm going to go drink some tea.
Yeah.
You'll be
Did you get
pleased.
the bodies cleaned up?
Yeah, I was about to
Everything
say.
good?
Yeah. By the way, whatever happened with that secret passageway? Did
Yes,
the
we,
builders get the closing it up?
Yes, it has been sealed off, and we believe that the intruders were just mercenaries hired to find Casawana for a debt that was owed. Nothing more nefarious than that, and we have gratitude for you handling it so quickly and discreetly. It would be not good look for our temple if word got out that bandits were emerging in the asynchronous archives through an unknown secret passage.
The scandal, I hate to think about it.
Right, so you did your service as a champion of this temple well, and it has been seen to and dealt with.
Well, thank you. I try to put in my best effort and continue to do so.
Right, I really want that tea now, though, so off with you. Good luck finding Casawana and everything.
Okay.
Be careful in the spell scar. I hear it's quite strange.
Do you have any guidance on that?
Beware the mana storms. They're particularly severe and unpredictable in the spell scar.
Right. Okay. Is there any particular luggage that we can bring with us? Any kind of cargo? Anything that would help us with our endeavor?
That is entirely up to you, Bruce. I imagine if you do some research into expeditions into the spell scar, you might find certain things are more valuable than others. I, if it were up to me, would try to hitch a ride with a caravan of some sort, or perhaps an airship. Walking straight into the desert seems like a terrible idea, but you're smart enough to know that already, I'm sure.
Right.
But my tea is now cold, and so I must be off. Truly.
Absolutely. By Briggs Design.
Indeed, this is all that I have information to offer you.
All right, see ya. Bye. Shit. Lingerer.
Okay, and so you step back out, rejoin up with the rest of the crew. Y'all make your way back to
What useful information did you find out? Did you get us any resources?
Well, no, I'm trying to get some resources, but you will be happy to know that secret passageway was bricked up. And
Yes,
there should
I'm
be no
very-
more ne'er-do-wells, no more bandits that can pillage the asynchronous archives. So once again, I appreciate your help on that matter.
I'm so relieved. All right, let's go.
So no support from your church.
Well, there was the recommendation to either hitch a ride on a caravan or an airship.
That was the support.
It's
I shouldn't have expected anything from churches.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, but if you ever want to discuss that at length, I will be happy to. On your time.
Pass.
This is like when Jehovah's Witnesses come knock on your door.
But I think you have a poor misunderstanding of who Brig is. I'll be happy to share that with you at one point.
I think you have a misunderstanding. It's not pronounced. I'm sorry.
Wait, no. Let her cook. She's right here.
Zon is something.
Every other person in here has been saying Bry, and you're the only person saying Brig.
If every single time I talked to a follower of Zon Kuthon and they said Zone Kuthon, I'd say something, you know?
I mean, you would think it would be Zon Kuthan, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I
missed
get it.
Yeah, if
opportunity
you had
there, I
never
guess.
heard of how THs work, yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the
Home
Bullet and
sweet
Barrel.
home.
Now, this is maybe not the first time that Bruce has been there, but certainly the first time he's been there as a member of this party.
We have to tell the like guards and bouncers and stuff, like, be cool, he's good.
I mean, they're fine. They kind of raise an eyebrow.
You brought a
Is there
narc?
Yeah, you brought a knight to the club. Okay, so yeah, but you guys go in, right?
Yep.
You know, and they lead you, Bruce, back to a secret room that you didn't know existed here. And
Are we doing that?
what?
I don't know.
Are you not?
Sharing our hideout?
I mean, like, we'd be like springing it on.
Yeah,
what's her name?
right. Give me some transition here.
Yeah,
you know?
I was thinking like, why don't you just sit up at the bar, grab a drink. We'll be back in a moment. Like kind of like.
Sure.
right, we don't know how much to trust him. I mean, we are criminals, or at least perceived as criminals, and this is kind of our safe space, you know?
Yeah, and I don't even think it's about trust for Amir. It's just like you don't bring a variable, into something that is secret. And what's her name?
Phoebe?
Phoebe
Phoebe Dunsmith. Yeah.
Yeah, like we would just be like, oh, here's a
wouldn't know
secret
that.
room. Like here, yeah. Like Phoebe's like, what the fuck, like.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So you can sit at the bar then, I guess, or wherever you'd like to sit, but they tell you to sit tight.
Okay.
You do see that the Shasta's in her like now kind of established corner doing tarot readings. She nods at you when you walk in.
Yeah, I like tip my hat.
Yep. And she resumes. She's got some straw chewing.
Some schmuck.
Yeah. Okay, but so then I assume the three of you then make your way back to the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you do that, and shortly after, Phoebe pops in and says, "Well, how'd it go at the Temple of Bry?"
Well, we managed to find another tag along. We just seem to attract, people to our endeavors.
Yeah, for people who are trying to keep a low profile, you keep managing to find new people to tag along.
We're very captivating. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just likable.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I keep coming back to you guys to help me with all these jobs, and I'm not really sure why, other than you guys are pretty successful at what you do. But I'm just teasing. Listen, tell me about him. Who is he?
His name's Bruce Martell. I mean, he's a church boy for sure, but a brig church boy, so like it could be worse. Could be a much more lawful holier than thou.
The Dungan Hold Martells?
Couldn't tell you.
I wonder.
We haven't. If I'm being honest, I mean, we haven't had much time to like sit down and palaver, so to speak, because we've been on the job.
Oh right.
Did we not hear that, or am I making that up?
What?
Did he not say that he was from?
Bruce did not tell your characters that he was from there. We read it in a dwarf fact.
Okay, all right.
That's where you heard it.
Right. We heard about Dungan Hold. Yeah. Damn, now you're invading our brains. But no, right. I don't know where he's from. I know he's, respected in the church. Kind of I don't know. My terminology is going to be wrong, but seems like sort of a good-hearted enforcer for the church, so to speak.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, we are allied with the Bryates, in a sense that we don't have any beef with them, and they could be very helpful, especially here in Alkenstar, right? Like they got their finger on the pulse when it comes down to what's going down with clockwork and all that, and that can be important information to have. And they're fine as far as religions go. They're not too preachy with their stuff, and it's all just about clockwork and plans and stuff like that. So, like,
I don't know. I thought that. I'm not an expert on Bry or anything, but getting in there and dealing with his superiors, I was surprised. They're pretty tight-lipped about their doctrines and their library, and we ended up having to go into their secret library and research some stuff. And
well, yeah, as I understand it, it's only their secret library, the asynchronous archives, I think is what it's called, that they do keep tight-lipped. But I mean, I can respect that. We got ourselves a little tight-lipped situation right here in this room, don't we?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they also kept tight-lipped that two guys broke in and tried to kill us, and we killed them.
Well, what do you expect? You want them to broadcast that to the whole city, that they had ruffians coming in their supposedly secret library? I wouldn't want to tell anybody,
I guess that's a fair point. It seemed weirdly cool about it, but yeah, I guess they wouldn't want everybody to know about it.
You know where you live. You live in Alkenstar.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to be a little paranoid with new organizations.
I understand. So, as I understand it, you got one of their knights joining you now. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest. Especially since you're tracking down Alderman, who was formerly a cog of that church. That could be really helpful. Did you find out any information about him? Is this knight going to be part of the inner circle? You tell me. You trust him?
Let's take it one step at a time. I don't know if I trust him.
Does he know who you are and what you guys are dealing with? Does he know the whole story?
He certainly doesn't know the whole story. He doesn't know all of our background stuff. He knows our names, which is
he didn't listen to the prologues?
What are you talking about? You having a stroke? No, but I mean, he is definitely invested. His church wants him to go and seek out Cassowary because he was, he was involved with the church, and he's apparently part of this heresy, or is viewed as a heretic. So, as far as commitment to the mission, I think Bruce is solid. He's got that. Like I said, we haven't had a lot of time to get to know him, to like really even gauge his trustworthiness, but he doesn't strike me as shady or like he's gonna backstab us or anything.
Right. Well, listen, did you find anything out about Casawana? Did you figure out where he went? Well, does he have the formula? I mean, what's the situation?
Boy, oh boy. he definitely figured out a way to make pyronite. That's a problem.
God damn.
Yeah. Also, we met an urchin kid who was squatting in his loft that he didn't even seem to be aware of, and the kid had obviously been there for the better part of a year, according to what he told us, which leads to another wrinkle. I think part of why he was not aware that he had this urchin kid sleeping in his loft. The kid said that, and again, this is just based on what he said he saw, but he said that the guy seemed like he at times had some kind of shadow enveloping him and would whimper like it was maybe hurting him or torturing him, and that he was super obsessive about what was it, a gemstone or something? What was it?
That little
it's like a crystal clock.
The crystal clock. And we know that he's now headed to, if he's not there already, the Cradle of Quartz, which is a big deal that's tied up into these very, now at least, heretical conspiracies involved with the church.
And where is the Cradle of Quartz?
That's the rub. That's the tough part. It's in the spell scar. It's in the Man Wastes.
Oh, hells.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay. So, just to recap, you found his apartment empty. He'd run away. It's clear that he's made pyronite, so he has the formula in his head.
Yeah, I mean, the giant explosion marks in his corner tell us that for sure.
Did you find any notes on his formula there or anything?
So we found his notebook, and we read up to the point that it seemed like it was obviously him figuring out the pyronite stuff, and then the pages were ripped out.
Well, I wonder who might have done that.
Well, either he did or the Gilded Gunners did.
Right. Well, okay. That leaves us with basically no other choice, but you guys got to track down Alleman. And while you're doing that, you know, those Gilded Gunners, they're shiny as gold and they're still slippery as hell. But I'll figure out where they are. That man with the purse strings, your boy Muglin, he won't be far from them either.
Oh no, he was literally with them when they came and broke in.
Well, that might make it easy.
Place.
It might make it a bit easier to find him then, because he sticks out like a sore thumb these days. Well, if you're going into the Spell-Scarred Desert looking for a Cradle of Quartz, which is some ancient location that's deep in Bry lore, well, I think that you have been blessed with this opportunity to be joined by a Knight of Brig.
Yeah, I mean, from that perspective, it seems honestly kind of, in one way, fortuitous or convenient that we've at least got somebody knowledgeable about the subject, you know?
Right. Well, listen. Do you have like the location of Cradle of Quartz, which you do?
Yeah, we do.
My suggestion is, because I mean, it would be death for you guys to just start hiking your way across the spell-scarred desert. There's all sorts of various dangers and denizens that are out there, not to mention the mana storms.
Yeah, I'm in particular a little worried about that.
Yeah, so my suggestion is that you head to Pilot Square and you find a pilot willing to transport you in one of those airships over to the heart of the spell scar. It'd be much quicker. I mean, it'd still be dangerous, but at least, you know, it won't be a 3-week hike across the most dangerous parts of geography that surrounds us.
Yeah, it'd be more like a 3-hour tour.
Something like that, yeah. You know,
I mean, do you have a pilot on the staff?
I don't, but the Pilot Square is like, it's a bunch of pilots for hire. So you just go around, start asking about there, and you can find somebody to do it. That's why they call it the Pilot Square. You got pilots that are looking to be hired. Yeah, right. Now, listen, it's been a long day for you, I'm sure. By all means, stay, get you something to eat. Make sure that your new friend gets some food and something to drink if he likes to take in libations. That's, he's on me like you guys are for the evening. But you need to get on this sooner than later, because if the Gilded Gunners do have Casawanas formula, well, it's only a matter of time before they decode his notes and manage to brew up some sort of batch of Pyronite for themselves. It could be months, it could be weeks, but either way, that clock is ticking.
Yeah, it's certainly troubling more people potentially getting this. It feels like at this point it's almost, this is me just getting in my own head, but it feels like inevitable. Like before long, everybody in freaking Alkenstar is going to have Pyronite and they're going to be blowing each other to shit.
Yeah, that is something that the Duchess and I are concerned about. It's like one of those things that, like, once it's out there, but we got to try it. We got to try to keep it at bay, or at least out of the hands of people we know that are dangerous, So,
right.
I'm afraid that, if Muglin gets it, he is such an opportunist. He's going to sell it to the highest bidders, and Lord knows who he's talking to,
Or outfit Lovelace's people with it.
Well, they're one and the same, isn't it?
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to get on with some of my other contacts and see if we can't find these Gilded Gunners that might have the recipe. Y'all get some rest, and then maybe tomorrow, get yourselves prepared for a journey. Go find you a pilot, a dirigible to take you. That kind of strange woman in the corner has been asking after you, by the way.
Yeah. Me and her we've got some work to do.
All right. Well, I'm off. I'll check it. I'll be back here tomorrow night. If you got anything you need to ask or relay, if anything happens between now and then, I'll check back in tomorrow evening. But I think you should be gone in no less than 2 days' time.
Yeah. We got a room set aside for our knight in shining clockwork.
Well, he can have a Sazes or Smokes or whoever is taking that spot these days.
Yeah, whoever this week's drummer is.
Right. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
For real, thank you. We'll get to work. We'll get to work.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, Bruce is just kind of hanging out in the bar. What's your vibe out there, Bruce?
So Bruce is definitely a sits at the bar. Usually is going to be a person that sits at the bar, not sits at a table or anything like that. He usually wants to get his drinks at front. So he's always usually going to be hanging out there. Currently drinking a pint of Moon Age Daydream. And for now, he's just kind of like, he's looking at the architecture, and he's looking at basically his mind works a little bit different. He looks at things and sees how they're crafted, So for him, whether it be somebody's pistol or somebody's clockwork or something like that, he's always has the mind of an engineer as well as somebody who was formerly a soldier, So for him, he's just kind of like, he kind of keeps to himself a little bit, but he's always quick to a smile whenever somebody, wants to engage in small talk, but for right now, he's kind of in his own element and just kind of absorbing right now.
Cool. Well, as you're doing that, the three kind of pop back out into the bar. What are the three of y'all doing? Jules, what you doing anything this evening, or are you doing your normal sit at the bar and get smashed?
That is the play.
I do want to get them all drinks for an outstanding job they did. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you do that, they will probably relay to you that they don't pay for drinks here, and that you offer, right? So go ahead and offer us, because they're all coming out to the bar. So
yeah. Oh, come sit down. Take a load off. Drinks are on me.
No, No. Absolutely not. No, you are our guest here. Drinks are on us. Please, Bill.
Please.
On us.
On us. Not
specifically.
Phoebe. Not Phoebe. We'll just go ahead and get some free garnered situations here. Thanks for the thing. We're cool with the owner, and at least for the night, you are too.
Oh, appreciate it.
I feel like you guys might slide him one of these fire whiskeys just as kind of a gag,
Right.
All right.
just to see how he does. So let's roll that
That bean
D6. Yeah, roll that bean. That's spicy
D6.
bean footage.
I hate how there's no modifier attached to
You
it.
must try this. It's wonderful.
Okay, so he rolled a 4, or I rolled a 4.
You hate how there's no modifier? What would the modifier do?
I don't know, survival. Just hey, did he pass?
I mean, there is no pass or fail. Each number has a different effect, right? So,
Also, the survival skill is not for literally just surviving things, right?
No, I know. It's for out in exploration and detection.
Don't hurt.
And stuff like that.
all right, so you take the drink back, right? All right.
Yeah.
And it burns your tongue. And for the rest of the evening, you have a -1 penalty to your linguistic-based checks, DCs.
Yeah.
And you're unable to yell or sing for an hour.
And so I feel for him, it's just it's an amazing thing that brewing. This is something that Brig herself actually has an interest in. It reminds me of Caden Kalian, actually. In fact, and he starts becoming a little bit more talkative as he's been drinking.
Can you just say something for me real quick? It's going to make no sense to you, but it's going to be great for the internet. I didn't say that. Look at me, get real serious, and say, I was slipping and hooking, and eventually I was successful.
Well, I don't know what that's all about, but all right, I guess I can do it. I was slipping and hooking, and eventually I was successful.
Wonderful.
Oh my god! All right, Heath, I want to give you an inspiration, not for that, even though that was quite
That's
funny.
pretty good.
That's pretty good. But for
Bruce
your conversation with Phoebe. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Roll me a D6. Wait, you already got one this night. Oh well. Take
I
another
did.
one.
Yeah, I did a lot of talking. That is an STF on the die, which means 6.
Okay, well then that is a personal. Roll me a D4.
D4. That is a 2.
A 2. All right. This is from just J-Rod.
My boy.
Adam went to Alkastar and George said, well, you're pretty good, old Adam, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Hope this inspiration gets you that golden fiddle.
I love it. That's great. That's great. So I think Bruce would just be kind of expounding on the virtues of Brig at this point and how the application of the scientific method, et cetera, kind of almost going ad nauseum because.
My God, yeah. I'm so bored.
I'm sorry. I honestly forget about.
Did I say that out loud? Oh God.
It's quite all right. Don't think anything more of it. Sometimes I just kind of run loose at the mouth, and this just is one of them. So
I can respect that.
Jules is kind of kicked back in the chair watching this, just holding her drink. And she's we've been ribbing, we've been having fun a little bit. It's just, so where, I just got to know, Bruce, what brought you to Brig, whatever you want to call it? You a big clock fan, or what's your deal? What's your poison?
You like clocks?
You like clocks? Because I got some shit to show you. And she pulls out her pocket watch.
She opens her trench coat and it's full of stolen watches.
I know a guy. If you like watches, that's all I'm saying.
So he kind of like ponders that, because that is actually kind of related to his quest. And, right, well, I've gotten to know you, gotten to know a bit of your characters, and sure, why the hell not? So he kind of looks
whole
towards
thing with a burnt tongue.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do it.
I'm just kidding.
So at this point,
We got him a mint julep and it healed.
Yeah, there you go.
he's going to feel kind of in a safe spot, and I didn't want to do it here, but I'm afraid that it won't be like at a less public spot than here.
I mean, nobody's paying attention, right? It's
Sure,
a bar,
right,
so
of course, yeah. So what he's going to do is that he's picture is worth 1,000 words here, am I right? So, and he's going to unbuckle the reinforced chest guard on his chest, okay? And he's just going to lower it down just enough to where y'all can see, okay? But what you can see is that there is a device now in his chest, absolutely just entrenched in his chest, and you can make out that it's mostly sunk beneath the muscle of the skin, to where it's just raised enough to the skin where Bruce can interact with it. Okay. Now, what you're seeing here is this mysterious cogwork design. Okay, of that's a little larger than a dwarf's hand, and it kind of emits this yellow luminescence. Okay, and it's kind of has this spherical housing. Okay, and he's showing it to you, and what he says is that, so there's something that's a little different about me. And it has everything to do with this. And he kind of like knocks on it, and it kind of like flickers. The light is like, it's almost time for a recharge, but I'll spare you on that. And he says, you see, there was a moment, probably years ago, I want to say like maybe 2-3 years ago, right? And, well, sorry, it's always something that's a little difficult to explain, but so I wasn't born into the church. I only got onto the church about maybe 1 or 2, 3 years ago. And anyway, it was actually on marching orders from Dongan Hold. You see, I was a guard there at one point. And anyway, Church of Brig, they like to outsource work where there's a concern for contagion, is what the boys and all would call it at the time, before it was actually called heresy per the church mandate, right? And so I was just a guard, and at the time, you know, they told me to go and check this out over in the Manor Wastes. It was some sort of heresy. So thought it was pretty standard drill, you know, something to investigate rumours of heretical use of clockwork, that they don't want their boys in cloth to go and to tinker around with, become corrupted, right? So I'll just go over there, report what I find, and, you know, simple recon work. Now, at some point, I must have wandered into the territory of some mutant colo out and about over there. And, well, they were not interested in diplomacy and fought for my life. I thought I'd been in tougher scrapes, but, well, bullet to the heart done me an end. And I thought I was about to meet the Forge Father himself. Only to wake up with this device. And seems to be keeping me alive. And, well, one look at it, and I knew I was blessed by Brig. this is clearly the design from Brig. Who else can bring a mortal, from the brink of life back to life with clockwork? And to me, it was a sign.
Well, shit.
So you have a
thought you
clockwork
just like
clock.
I thought you just read a pamphlet or something,
Yeah,
man.
I was
Shit.
like really, I like clocks. No, okay. I'm sorry. Go on. Sorry.
No, well, I mean, after I woke up, I was just covered in sand and soot and everything. So I made my way back to Dongan Hold, showed it to my superiors, and when they started mucking about with it, well, it got some of them sick. I don't know what it is about the material, but they gave me marching orders to visit the Brigites until they figured out everything about it. And whenever I arrived at the temple, I was talking to one of the acolytes when I first collapsed, and it was there where they found out how to wind it up. So apparently, this device has to be wound up every day.
That's kind of like me.
That's right.
So
I'm so
sweet.
glad that he's there, because that's so perfect. You know, it's just, that's right.
He's like sitting on the bar. There's like little thin legs dangling off the bar.
That's why it's so important for you to keep up with your key. You know, and that way you can always move about every day. And every day that I have to charge this is every day that I thank Brig that I'm still on this earth. And
Yes, perhaps I should thank Father every time I turn my key.
you can thank whoever you want. All I can tell you is that you're going to have to make decisions if you want to come with us, because you are your own person. You are absolutely amazing, whether you understand that or not. And look, and what he's going to do is he's going to take off one of the their little kind of like cogwork attachments that is on his armor, and he kind of pulls one off, and has like a built-in compass into it, and he's going to hand it off to this sweep up, and he says, whenever you feel lost, use this.
Thank you. I am going to put this in my new pants.
Perfect spot, mate.
Jules is sitting there, like, just little dregs left in her drink, and she's kind of watching this exchange. And, like, she suddenly looks at Bruce a little bit differently, like, okay, all right, I see you.
Here we
I see
fucking
you.
go.
But then here's where it gets a little screwy.
every time.
So just as soon as you start thinking, like, man, he's a great guy. He's, it's just not. Thing is,
Oh, boy.
he's the
Robot dick.
And
Yeah, he'd still be a great guy, you know?
Covered in needles.
So the only thing is that every day that I wind this up, I feel myself getting closer to Brig, and while I follow the Maker's design, I think that one day, with enough determination, that I too can transcend the mortal boundaries of flesh and arise as clockwork, gleaming in bronze perfection, and then be welcomed at the citadel of resplendent clockwork.
Everyone needs goals.
I fucking love that. Holy shit.
I love that shit.
I fucking love that. That's a fucking shirt right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pin that right there because that's a lot to digest about Bruce.
Yeah.
I want to check in. Last thing here with George because
hold on, I got a segue actually for that. I think we sit and talk for a while. He lays it on us, right? Mm-hmm. It's a lot to deal with. I think we'd probably have a couple more drinks and maybe get to some more small talk type stuff. And I think observing this and kind of sitting back, and just like taking a load off for a minute, George, as is kind of his habit, pulls out his hero deck, which is old and worn, and he just shuffles it out of like nervous habit a lot, right? And he's sitting there listening, and they're kind of cutting up or whatever, but he keeps thinking back to his story, and he still, isn't. I don't know. He still doesn't know how he feels about a lot of things in his life right now, but he just completely on a whim is like he keeps thinking back to the story that Bruce told us, and he turns to Bruce maybe while Jules is kind of talking to Amir for a second or whatever, and he just plops his hero deck down on the counter in front of Bruce and says, "I know you've already humored me with some weird requests, but just do me a favor."
Oh, are we playing goldfish? Or go fish?
Not exactly, but just draw a card.
All right. Okay. And so puts it back and memorizes it and tries to give it back to you.
No. It's not a trick. Just draw a card and give it to me.
Right. Okay. And
John,
so he draws.
Will you roll me a d4?
Yeah. Okay. Roll a 4. What does that mean?
I drew some cards out of the deck just to make this a fun little thing. You drew a card and you handed it to George. And I'm going to show you guys the card.
What is it?
Oh,
The brass dwarf.
are you fucking
Are
serious?
you fucking serious,
Wow.
dude?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
The cards, no.
So what is the brass dwarf? The brass dwarf. So what? What is it?
Don't worry about it. And he puts it back in his deck and he says, I gotta go talk to a man about a dog. And he stands up and like walks away.
What the fuck?
He wouldn't be a good big guy. You're supposed to share what you know.
It's like, would Jules see that? Like, we're all sitting.
I think intentionally no.
Okay.
Like this was just George. George is like not sure how he feels about the Hera stuff, but there has been some oddly convenient things with the alignment of Hera stuff. So he was just on a whim checking some stuff out. I catered that. I drew 4 cards out of the deck, and I was just curious which one you would roll.
Okay, gotcha.
This one is so perfect.
Yeah.
It can't be any more perfect.
Well, I mean, like,
No,
especially what it means too. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I
Full
don't know
disclosure,
that part.
I drew 4 cards that all of them would be relevant.
yeah.
You know? It's interesting it was that one.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I read the interpretation?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the brass dwarf shows a mechanical figure who represents invulnerability to a current danger. Although others might fall, the brass dwarf remains hale and strong. The brass dwarf can also mean a failure or dark fate for one, which in turn might save all others around them from a greater danger.
Oh no, he is our drummer.
Yeah, and I'm glad Adam wanted to provide that meaning because I think that should provide you some context as to George's mental state a little bit regarding that. And so George kind of abruptly shuffles it back into his deck, puts his deck back in the box, pats Bruce on the shoulder, like clanks his shoulder armor one time, and walks off toward a certain snake lady.
Okay. She's there.
She's there.
How fortuitous.
She's like actually kind of packing up her stuff at this point.
I think he like softly kind of walks up. Maybe she doesn't notice him at first, and she's like maybe packing up her hierodeck to the inner satchel or box or whatever, and he stops her. Like he just puts a hand on hers.
She flinches at first and then looks up and sees you and she says, "Oh, George, it is good to see you."
Yeah, you too. We've been busy the last couple of days, but and he seems, I don't know, just distracted or just urgent, you know, oddly so for a evening of seemingly just chilling in the bar. And he says, I need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What can I do for you?
And he doesn't say anything for a minute, and you can tell he's got gears rolling through his mind, and he pulls out his hero deck again, and again almost absent-mindedly, like not thinking of it, starts shuffling it, and then realizes what he's doing and chuckles, and it's like, I need you to train me.
Oh, this is an interesting development. I would be pleased to train you. Meet me tomorrow evening. I will take off from my work. And if you know of a private space that we can do this, I will do this for you.
I got you.
And that's the evening. And you guys got a bunch of loot to sort out.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys level up. And we'll see you.
Oh, y'all. She's about to pop out.
You said the magic words.
Thanks for listening to the STF Network. If you want to hear more from us, check out our other Starfinder and Pathfinder shows at thestfnetwork.com. That's thestfnetwork.com. And support us on Patreon to listen to our bonus podcast, including our homebrew adventures and Tom Talks, our behind-the-scenes show. Stay groovy, possums.